morning, church. I'm so excited to connect with you this morning. And today, I want to encourage you and remind you that our God is a God of relationship, a God of communication. And often when we are in hard situations, like we are in now, it's easy to just shut down and want it to end quickly, because sometimes it's not easy. And we just think we have to bite the bullet, go with the flow, and just sit in silence. But that's not what God wants. God tells us clearly in Matthew 11:28, He calls all that are weary and need rest to come to Him. And another example is in Philippians 4, verse 6 and 7. Often we only quote verse 7, where it says, God will give you the peace that transcends all understanding. But often we don't speak about the verse that comes before. And it says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace. And that's the thing, God wants us to bring our stuff to Him. He wants us to talk to Him so that we can be comforted. And peace, trust, healing, all these things come through relationship. And relationship is built through communication. But often, because Proverbs 3 verse 5 tells us not to lean on our own understanding, we tend to think that it's unholy or it's not okay to ask God for questions. Because when we ask for questions, it's a lack of faith, a sign of lack of faith. But it's not. God is a God of conversation. He wants us to speak to Him. And definitely, most of the time, we won't have the answer straight up. But He will speak, I can assure you. And often, He will speak to us just through His word, through scriptures. And He will speak to us through people, because He placed people around us. And often, He will speak to us of His character, who He is in hard situations. I know there's been times where He'll just tell me, Tania, I'm faithful. Tania, I'm a provider. That's what He does. And often, He wants to speak into our situation. He wants to tell us what's happening, and we just have to ask God, what is this situation all about? What do you have to say about it? And before I carry on, a lot of you might be thinking, well, Tania, I don't hear God. But it says clearly, the Bible doesn't lie, in John 10, that His sheep hear His voice, and the voice of a stranger they will not follow. And this just gives faith. It tells us that I can hear God, and don't be hard on yourself. Because if you met someone for the first day today and like now you're hearing me talk, if I phone you tomorrow, you'll most probably not know that it's me, because we're not in a relationship. So you don't know my voice, and that's okay. And also, we have to trust in His ability to make Himself heard, not our ability to hear Him. And also, a lot of you might be thinking, well, I've messed up. God is not going to speak to me. But God doesn't give the silent treatment. That's not who He is. He will always speak, whether you messed up or not, whatever you do. He wants to speak. He wants to speak into our situation, into our season. Proverbs 10 verse 5 in the Passion Translation says, know the importance of the season you're in and the wise son you will be. And I want to encourage you today. You might be unwell. You might have lost your job. It's a very, very real thing right now. You might be hurting. You might be bitter. You might have hardened your heart. You might feel like God doesn't care. You might be at the end of yourself. We all go through this. It's real life. It's normal. But be honest with God. He can handle you. And He wants you to speak to Him. Like, once I was really hurt, and then someone, bless their heart, had an explanation of why I got hurt. And it hurt me even more. And that night, I went to God and I told God, if this is why this happened, I'm not okay with it. And I love you, but I don't want to talk to you right now. And in that moment, I realized that relationship with God is honesty. It's so easy to harden our hearts. Very often, we're in a relationship with someone, with friends, and something happens and we don't talk about it. We act like everything is okay. Meanwhile, on the inside, we're hardening our heart. But if you think about a relationship with someone, if someone does something, you're gonna ask them like, why did you do this? Like, what's happening? But with God, we feel like we can't ask Him, but that's not true. And when we do that, we harden ourselves and we move away from God. Often we're like, oh, God has moved away. God can't move away. One of my favorite names of God in the Bible is Jehovah Shammah, which means the Lord is present, which means He is here. He cannot not be here. Like me, I'm Mauritian. I can change nationality. I can never speak French again. I can do plastic surgery. I can do all these things, but in my nature, in my DNA, I'm Mauritian. I will never be able to change it. And that's the same with God. He can't not be present. And when you feel like God has left you, it's not true. When it feels like He doesn't care, it's just us that moved away from Him in our hardening of heart and lack of communication. And softening our heart is key in hearing God. And church, we are safe with God. He is a good Father. He protects us. And He says, come to me. He wants to help us. He wants to fight our battles for us. And it's time to open up. It's time to build. It's time to be free. It's time to walk in the fullness of what God has for us. And this can only be obtained through relationship. There's no other way. And yes, I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I don't know where you're at. But I know God. Reach out today, even if all you can say is help. There's a lot of times all I could say is help. And He hears it. And God is waiting for the slightest opportunity to show up and show off. He really is. Because He's present. He's next to me right now. Maybe He's here, or here. I don't know. He's here. And He's here with you also. And God is just so kind. We're living in exciting times. Even though in the natural it doesn't look like it, with God is always from glory to glory. And the best is yet to come. Church, we love you, we miss you, and we're praying for you. Lots of love.